Have you ever wondered why, despite your best efforts, some things just don't seem to work out? This question has likely crossed your mind at some point. Perhaps it was after a failed project, a broken relationship, or a dream that remained just out of reach. These struggles and disappointments are universal, but they are not the end of our stories. In fact, they're often the beginning of something greater, an introduction to an everlasting presence that has been with us all along. This presence is none other than God's. He's there, in the stillness of our hearts, in the quiet moments when we're alone with our thoughts. He's in the midst of our trials, our tribulations, our victories, and our defeats. God's presence is not fleeting or temporary. It's constant and unwavering. It's a guiding light in our lives, illuminating our paths even when we feel lost. And in your darkest moments, remember, God is always watching and waiting for you. You may ask, why would a loving God allow me to suffer? This is a question that has echoed through the ages, across generations and cultures. The answer lies not in the suffering itself, but in the purpose behind it. You see, in Christianity, we believe that God has a plan for each of us. And this plan isn't always smooth sailing. It's a journey, filled with peaks and valleys, triumphs and challenges. Imagine for a moment a potter at his wheel. With every spin, he shapes and molds the clay, sometimes firmly, other times gently. The clay, in its raw form, undergoes a transformation under the potter's skilled hands. It endures pressure, it withstands heat, and finally, it emerges as a beautiful piece of art, unique and purposeful. In a similar way, we are the clay, and God is our potter. The challenges we face are not punishments, but opportunities for growth and learning. They are the potter's hands, shaping and molding us into the people we are meant to be. We are not merely passive spectators in this process. We have a role to play. We are called to trust in God's plan, to have faith even when the road gets tough, even when we can't see the end of the journey. And here's the beautiful part. We're not alone on this journey. God is there with us, every step of the way. He's there in the still, small moments of triumph. He's there in the loud, chaotic moments of challenge. In every moment, in every circumstance, He is there, waiting for us to turn to Him, to seek His guidance, His strength, His peace. So, the next time you find yourself asking, why would a loving God allow me to suffer? Remember this, your suffering is not in vain. It's part of a larger plan, a plan designed to shape you, to grow you, to prepare you for something greater. In every challenge, God is there, waiting for you to turn to Him. So, how do you connect with God during these challenging times? Prayer is an intimate conversation with God, a powerful tool that allows us to build a personal relationship with Him. It is our direct line to the divine, a heartfelt dialogue that transcends the physical and reaches into the spiritual. When we pray, we acknowledge our dependence on God. We express our gratitude for His blessings, seek His guidance in our decisions, and ask for His strength in our trials. We pour out our hearts, sharing our joys and sorrows, our hopes and fears, and in doing so we open ourselves to God's transformative love and mercy. Prayer is not a monologue, but a dialogue. It's not just about asking, it's about listening too. In the quiet moments of prayer we can hear God's whispers, sense His comfort, and discern His will. It's in these moments that we are reminded of His infinite wisdom and boundless love. And the beauty of prayer is that it can be done anywhere, at any time. Whether you're at home or at work, in the car or on a walk, in the morning or at night, you can always turn to God in prayer. You don't need any special words or phrases, just a sincere heart and an open mind. In times of difficulty, prayer can be a source of comfort and hope. When we're feeling lost or overwhelmed, prayer can guide us back to the path of peace. When we're weak or weary, prayer can renew our strength and restore our spirit. It's like a beacon of light in the darkness, a lifeline in the storm. Through prayer, we can experience God's presence in a real and personal way. We can feel His love surrounding us, His peace filling us, and His power sustaining us. We can draw near to Him, and He will draw near to us. So don't hold back. Reach out to God in prayer. Share your thoughts, your feelings, your struggles, your dreams. Remember, He's always listening, always caring, always loving. Through prayer, you are never alone. God is waiting for you. But what does it mean to turn to God? Does it only involve prayer? Well, prayer is indeed a powerful tool, a direct line to communicate with our Creator. But our faith, our relationship with God, isn't confined to words whispered in the quiet corners of our hearts. It's about more than that. It's about action. It's about living our faith, not simply professing it. Imagine faith as a seed planted within us. Prayer waters that seed, yes, but it's our actions that allow it to sprout, to grow, to bloom. Just as a seed needs sunlight along with water, our faith needs our actions along with our prayers. Living according to God's teachings is like giving that seed the sunlight it needs. And what are these teachings? They are the guidelines for a life of love, kindness, and compassion. The Bible tells us, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." This golden rule is a clear call to action. It's an invitation to step out of our comfort zones, to extend a helping hand, to show love and kindness to others. Imagine a world where every individual lives this teaching, a world where kindness is the norm, not the exception, a world where love is a universal language spoken by all. That's the world God envisions for us. That's the world we can create with our faith in action. Our actions are a reflection of our faith. When we choose to be kind, to love, to forgive, we're not just making the world a better place, we're also showing God that we trust in His plan for us. We're showing Him that we understand His teachings and are ready to live by them. Remember, faith is not a passive state, it's active, dynamic, it's a journey that we embark on every single day. And every step we take on this journey, every act of kindness, every word of love brings us closer to God. When you live your faith, you show God that you are ready for His guidance. But what if you've made mistakes? Will God still be there for you? Indeed, this is a question many of us grapple with. We all make mistakes, we all stumble and fall. Life is a journey riddled with imperfections and challenges. But let's pause for a moment and think about the nature of God's love. It's vast, it's all-encompassing, and it's unending. God's love is like the ocean, deep and boundless. It's there, even when we can't see the shore. It's there, even when the waves get high and the storm clouds gather. It's there, offering us comfort, solace, and a safe harbor to run to when life gets tough. Now imagine this same vast, all-encompassing love combined with forgiveness. That's the essence of God's character. God's forgiveness is not like human forgiveness. We, as humans, often struggle with forgiving others and even ourselves. We hold on to grudges, we remember past hurts, and we let these things color our relationships. But God, His forgiveness is infinite, His mercy is without limit. So, what does this mean for us? It means that no mistake is too big for God to forgive. It means that no matter how far we've strayed, God is always ready to welcome us back. He's there with open arms, ready to envelop us in His love and forgiveness. God's love and forgiveness is not a one-time offer. It's not a limited-time deal. It's always there, waiting for us to accept it. It doesn't matter if we've made one mistake or 1,000. God is always ready to forgive and to love us unconditionally. When we truly understand this, we can't help but be filled with gratitude and awe. We can't help but want to live our lives in a way that honors this incredible love and forgiveness. We can't help but want to extend this same love and forgiveness to others. So remember, no matter how much you've messed up, no matter how far you've strayed, God is waiting for you. So, what are you waiting for? We've journeyed through the reality of God's everlasting presence, explored His divine plan for us, and delved into the power of prayer. We've discussed what it means to put faith into action, and the profound depth of God's love and forgiveness. Now it's time to bring it all together, to embrace the presence of God in our lives fully. The presence of God is not a fleeting or occasional visitor, it's a constant, steadfast companion. It's the sunrise that greets us every morning, the wind that whispers through the trees, the laughter of a child, the comfort in times of sorrow. It's in every breath we take, every heartbeat, every moment. Remember, God's presence is not confined to the four walls of a church. It's everywhere, in everything, waiting for us to acknowledge and welcome it. God has a plan for each of us, a blueprint designed with love and precision. This plan is not always clear, and at times it might seem as if we're navigating through a dense fog, but trust in His plan is the beacon that will guide us through the murkiest waters. Embracing God's presence means trusting in His plan, even when the path is not clear before us. Prayer is more than just words uttered in a moment of need. It's a conversation, a dialogue with the divine. It's a potent tool that connects us with God, allowing us to express our deepest desires, fears, and gratitude. When we embrace God's presence, prayer becomes a natural part of our lives, a lifeline that keeps us connected with the source of all creation. Living out our faith is not about grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It's about the small everyday choices we make. It's about choosing kindness over anger, love over hate, forgiveness over resentment. It's about reflecting God's love in our actions and interactions with others. Embracing God's presence means living out our faith in every moment, in every decision, in every interaction. And finally, God's love and forgiveness are boundless. They are gifts freely given, regardless of our past mistakes or future missteps. Accepting these gifts means acknowledging our shortcomings and turning to God for guidance and strength. It means letting go of guilt and shame and stepping into the light of God's love and forgiveness. Embracing God's presence means opening our hearts to His love and forgiveness, allowing them to heal us, guide us, and transform us. So I ask again, what are you waiting for? The presence of God is not a distant concept, it's a tangible reality, a transformative force that can reshape our lives. It's an invitation to live in the fullness of God's love and grace. It's a call to step out of the shadows of doubt and uncertainty and into the light of faith and trust. God is waiting for you. Embrace His presence and see the transformation in your life.